Alright, so this is my third time doing a transmission oil change at 90,000 miles, and I'm also doing the engine oil change. But here basically is just to let you know the other way that you can take oil out of the pan from the transmission, and it's a 10 millimeter hexagon, and basically you'll just put it inside. Make sure always that it's firm and it's grabbing good. Once you feel a good grip, just turn it to the left and get it loose. Once it's out, make sure that the washer doesn't fall inside the bucket or you lose it somewhere else. On this case, mine stayed on, and I'm not planning on changing it. It's gonna stay there. So just make sure that it either stays there or don't lose it anywhere. Once you're done dripping, just screw the bolt back on, hand tight, and you don't need a lot of force to do this. Remember, it might look here that I'm about to put a lot of force, but I'm not. I'm just snugging the bolt in, getting a good feel of it. The oil, it looks the same as the other oil changes I've done to this car. So now here I just want to get the measurement for the amount of oil that I have to put back. Now you can see we have a new mark on it, and it's right there, right in the middle of the number 3, about 3/4 and just a little bit more. So just going through it again, you can see that the first time I did the oil change for the transmission at 30,000 miles, I took out that much that you can see there on the first mark, and that was the drain plug I used. That was how much I was able to take out, and that was at 30,000 miles. This second time was at 60,000 miles, and I also did the filter. For this part, I had to take down the whole oil pan from the transmission. And as you can see, there was more oil coming out like that. On this third time, not doing the filter, just a regular oil change, but using the plug on the side of the oil pan, that's how much oil came out. And so now I have the measurement that I needed to put the new oil. And one of the things I noticed was that I didn't have enough oil. And this is Mainly the main reason that I wanted to make this third video. If you see this, I only had 2 cans, and when I did my first 2 oil changes, I hoped that I had enough to do at least one more oil change for the transmission, and that was gonna be enough. Seems to be like it wasn't, because I took out, of course, more. And if I would have take out the oil through the plug that I use first at 30,000 miles, then you can see there on that white arrow that I would have had enough to just leave it like that. Okay, so how I ended up making up for the oil that I didn't have, and what I ended up using was like half a liter of the old oil, the one that I took out, to make it up. Alright, so what did I learn from the 90,000 miles that I did oil changes for the transmission in the CHR? I learned that with 2 cans you can do the oil change with the 30,000 mile technique first, and at the 60,000 miles you will do the filter, and then at 90,000 miles you will take out oil from the first plug. If you decide to go another route and do the oil changes through the plug on the side of the vehicle, then I would recommend you to buy 3 cans if you are planning on doing the next 90,000 miles oil changes for the transmission in the CHR. Next oil changes I'll be making for the transmission, it'll be at 120,000 miles. Then another transmission oil change with the filter at 150,000 miles, and then the other one will be at 180,000 miles. Now this time, knowing how much oil I'm able to take out from the side plug, that is the plug that I will be using to take out my next oil changes, because I want to take as much oil out and I want to put as much new oil inside the transmission every time I change it. Alright, so for my next 4 oil changes, I will be buying 3 cans and just have them, and that will last for the next 120,000 miles that I'm going to put on it. To do the oil change, I lift up the car on the left side, driver's side only, and that was the way that I did it, and it ended up working out pretty good. So here at the end, I have that I'm going to get 3 cans of transmission oil, and it will give me to do 4 transmission oil changes and two of them will be using the side plug to drain the oil. That way I can get a lot of oil out, and two of those times I'll be replacing the filter too. So that's the plan for the next 120,000 miles that I'm about to put on the CHR. And those are the transmission oil changes that I will be doing. I hope y'all have a good day, and don't forget to like, and thank you so much. Bye bye.